a bout in the featherweight division. Our tale of the tape is presented by Italia. Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha versus Ermek Kumachaev.
Yeah, tale of tape, very even up. Weigh exactly the same.
Thailand versus Kyrgyzstan in this bout at 145 pounds. Back to Mark Abbott.
Okay, let's get into the second bout of the night, a catchweight bout at 67 kilograms.
Tell them don't waste my time. 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 No.
The fighter from this Central Asian nation, Kyrgyzstan, Ermek Kumachaev, veteran of 5 pro boxing bouts, 2 pro MMA bouts.
In this cold world, I'm a born sinner. We pour liquor. Girl, come over. It's all jigger. Chicks wanna hard. Can't be my baby mama. Cause I don't need that drama. Unless she Rihanna. Most of you assholes are by me. I pop a cherry now, she call me Papa. She asking me what's on my body. Versace, love.
I believe Jason Mayhem Miller would appreciate this entrance for the fighter from Thailand, 18-year-old Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha. Shoney Carter would appreciate this.
Absolutely. Well, you better be able to fight if you come out like that.
See the smile on the face of Sukkhamcha.
I wonder, can I find this song on iTunes? I love it. It's catchy.
You can find every song ever on iTunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by Italia. รุ่นนี้จะคู่นี้จะชกกันที่ catch weight 67 กิโลหรือ 147 ปอนด์ This bout will be a catch weight bout at 67 kilograms or 147 pounds. นักมวยในมุมแดง fighting in the red corner มาจากประเทศ Kyrgyzstan from Kyrgyzstan weighing in at 66.8 kilograms น้ำหนักอยู่ที่ 66.8 กิโล Ladies and gentlemen ท่านผู้ชม Ermek Kumachaev แล้วคู่ต่อสู้ของเขาในมุมน้ำเงินมาจากประเทศไทย In the blue corner from Thailand น้ำหนักอยู่ที่ 66.8 กิโลกรัมweighing in at 66.8 kilograms ท่านผู้ชม Ladies and gentlemen welcome Surasak Sukkhamcha and your referee for the bout Cristiano Bellini.
Moments away from referee Cristiano Bellini starting this bout. Both fighters now to be called up to scratch.
You ready? You ready?
Sporting touch of hands, round number 1 as Bellini calls knuckle up. Black and yellow trunks for the fighter from Kyrgyzstan, Ermek Kumachaev. Green and black trunks for the fighter from Thailand, Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha. Stiff jab from Sukkhamcha. There's the 1-2 right back for Kumachaev.
He's keeping that hand low. Looks pretty fast to me.
Flick jab from Kumachaev.
Oh.
Stiff jab right back from Sukkhamcha. There's the 1-2, the right hand nearly getting through. See the feints, Chris? The fast jab.
Yes,
Bit
fast
audacious
jab,
there. Rear right uppercut coming right back from Sukkhamcha.
It's a dangerous sport to have your chin up and your hand down in, though.
Front shoulder now, stiff jab. 1-1-2 from Kumachaev. Kumachaev, you see the distraction. There's the jab right back from Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha. Straight 1-2, partially blocked. Touch of hands once more, showing the sportsmanship. 30 seconds remaining, round number 1.
I feel like Blue's just kind of waiting for that one big shot here. Yep, and there it is.
Overhand right. See the hard front shoulder now being shown by Kumachaev. Final seconds, round number 1. Still somewhat of a feeling out round for both men. Kumachaev starting to get his jab going. Lead left hook from Sukkhamcha. The feint, the flick jab off target. There is the bell. Next stop, round number 2.
Pretty good footwork, pretty good straight boxing in that round that we got to see.
There was the long, stiff jab.
Nope. It's just scary to me. With no gloves at all, I feel like you gotta have your hands up, you know, because you barely get touched, and I can say from experience, you'll open up real easy.
First up to scratch, Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha. Now joined by Ermek Kumachaev. Round number 2. Kumachaev right back to the jab. Stiff jab from Sukkhamcha. Chris, we're seeing that flurry jab, the rangefinder jab from Kumachaev, and the hard jab from Sukkhamcha. Kumachaev pulling back the right hand. 1:30 remaining, round number 2.
There it is.
On the overhand right.
I love the way he's staying busy and keeping mid-range with that jab.
Now into the clinch. Quick separation from referee Cristiano Bellini. Flurry overhand right on the counter from Sukkhamcha. Kumachaev continues to pump that jab. Stepping in with the right hand, couldn't find it. 60 seconds to go now, round 2. Jab to the body from Sukkhamcha. Back in with the 1-2. Kumachaev then at range. Chris, Kumachaev continually throwing that jab.
He's doing a beautiful job at it. I feel like Sumakaicha needs to just drive in a little bit harder. He seems to just be missing. Needs to pressure just a little bit more and let those hands go. He's just not fast enough to be throwing one punch at a time. I'd like to see 3 or 4 out of him.
Both fighters back to the center circle. Closing seconds, round number 2. This bout in the featherweight division. Fighter from Kyrgyzstan, Ermek Kumachaev, continuing to be busy with the jab. There's the right hand. Couldn't find Sukkhamcha. That is the bell. We move to round 3.
Oh. There's a great shot there. When he's pressuring forward, he's doing well. Just needs to stay on that pressure.
Right hand on the exit. Round number 3 upon us. That was sporting of Kumachaev. He actually put his own stool out. Not sure if I've ever seen that.
And I hope Blue's corner told him just to pressure a little bit more, drive a little harder. He cannot afford to stand there at range.
There's the flurry, but not getting through the guard of Sukkhamcha. Jab to the body. Kumachaev trying to time that check left hook. Smile on the face of Sukkhamcha. Big right hand. And down goes Ermek Kumachaev.
The danger of keeping that lead hand down right there.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Mandatory 8 count from referee Cristiano Bellini. We'll see how hard now Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha goes for the finish.
Let's see if that changes the pace of the fight now. He knows he's got that power.
Sukkhamcha was sitting on that right hand, landed it beautifully, timed it beautifully. Measured from Sukkhamcha after knocking down Kumachaev here in round 3. No sense of urgency, Chris.
Yeah, I think if you're Sukkhamcha's corner, you say you need to just get after it, turn it up a little bit more, especially right now. You just dropped the guy, he's hurt.
Continual sporting touches of hands, no animosity between these two fighters, all respect. With that being said, they're both swinging really big. 15 seconds to go round 3. Jab off the mark from Kumachaev. Big round number 3 for the fighter from here in Thailand. Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha knocking down Kumachaev. We will move to round 4.
This is anybody's fight. As of right now, this is anybody's fight. It just really depends who wants it more, who's going to turn it up. Boom, and there's the big knockdown. Beautiful overhand. Textbook right there. And again with the chair.
Again with the chair. Very polite. Round number 4. Ermek Kumachaev, after taking the stool out of his own corner, again right back to the jab. See Sukkhamcha loading up that right hand. The overhand right is what dropped Kumachaev in round number 3. Right hand not getting through from Kumachaev. Kumachaev opening up, takes that check left hook from Sukkhamcha. Stiff jab.
Kumachaev trying to draw him out, but that's a dangerous thing to do. Trying to get his opponent to overcommit.
See the constant smiles from Sukkhamcha. Doubling his jab. Swing and a miss with the right hand from Kumachaev. Feint left hand. 60 seconds remaining, round 4. Bobbing up and down. There's that left hook.
Beautiful timing there.
See the respect, Chris. Anytime a big punch lands, they both acknowledge it, touch hands, right back to it.
That's amazing. Yeah, these guys love this. I'd like to see Blue let that right hand go a little bit more. It was working for him. He's got, there it is.
Sukkhamcha landing the right hand. Kumachaev taking Sukkhamcha off his striking line. The busier fighter thus far, Ermek Kumachaev. The harder puncher thus far, Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha. Closing seconds, round number 4. Jab to the body. Not fully on target. Sukkhamcha extending for that jab. We will move to the 5th and final round.
This really is a case of speed versus power. Blue needs one more big shot in this last round, I think. Again, still, if I was scoring this, I don't know who's up. I really don't. It's a tight fight. Depends what the judges are looking for.
The 3 judges in Pattaya, Thailand, scoring on the 10-point must system. So, Chris, presumably 10-8 with the knockdown for Sukkhamcha in round number 3. Rounds 1, 2, and 4, though, extremely tight.
You know, and I think 1 and 2 for sure went the other way. That last round, it was up in the air for me. So, I mean, it could really depend on this 5th and final round.
Ready? Knock it up.
5th and final round underway. Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha versus Ermek Kumachaev.
I think if you're cornering either one of these guys, you got to tell them, hey, how much do you want it? This is the round to take it right here.
Kumachaev continuing to be busy with that jab throughout this fight. Almost in a modified Philly shell. Now there's the shuffle. Ooh. And the playfulness right back from Sukkhamcha. Jab to the body. Shuffle step again. Step jab.
Oh.
The diversion with the footwork. There's the big right hand. Sukkhamcha smiling as he landed that flush to the face of Kumachaev. Kumachaev missing with that 1-2. Forward pressure now from Sukkhamcha. Big right hand again.
1 minute left. Sukkhamcha's got to go for broke now. He's got to land that right hand. I think he's got nothing to lose. Just start firing away. Fire away here.
Into the clinch.
We landed it once, got to land it one more time.
Referee Cristiano Bellini not letting the fighters go in the clinch, active or inactive.
How about that other guy trying the shuffle? I don't think he's practiced it as much.
This has largely been open ring, and I think that's a very fair and accurate assessment, Chris. It's like leg kicks in MMA. One fighter does it, so the opponent feels compelled to do it.
There you go. And maybe they shouldn't. Some things you got to just leave to the other guy. That's okay.
Final seconds now. 5th and final round. Very close, very even, but again, Sukkhamcha knocking down Kumachaev in round number 3. Perhaps that will be the difference. We shall see the end of the fight.
And that last round, too, could have gone either way. We had one big shot and we had several jabs. How do you score that? I don't know.
Again, the 3 assigned judges ringside scoring on the 10-point must system.
Fighters, what an amazing war between these two very skilled bare-knuckle fighters.
Back to Mark Abbott.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referees have a decision. Your winner via unanimous decision in the blue corner, Surasak Sukkhamcha.
Mark Abbott not reading the judges' scores, but a unanimous decision. And surely that knockdown in round number 3 played a big factor.
Absolutely. I think that was probably the deciding factor.
Hard fought, well fought from both men, and the lone knockdown.
There it is.
Coming in round number 3 on that huge overhand right. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Surasak Seansuek Sukkhamcha defeats Ermek Kumachaev.